Bane was... I've never been a big fan of Bane either, but I thought, again, Bane was interpreted pretty well. Completely different. That he changed a lot of his backstory, but it fit. The serum had no play in this, although my older brother thinks that it did. My older brother has a little theory. He says that those little tubes on Bane's mask that Batman starts knocking off and they get kind of disconnected. He says he thinks that those are the serum, but I don't think so. I think they're just like air, kind of like helping him breathe. Because he says, did you notice that when they get disconnected, he starts fighting very disoriented? And I was like, well, yeah, but, I mean, if he can't breathe, or if it's hard for him to, without that air supply, he's gonna be fighting disoriented anyways. His voice, I thought the guy's voice was very interesting. Like, he had a very interesting voice. At times I'd just be kind of mesmerized by his voice, even though I didn't really understand him sometimes. Sometimes I didn't understand what he was saying. I was like, what the hell did he say? At least it wasn't like I couldn't understand him at all. That would have sucked. That would have been really, really bad. Because I think in the trailers he sounded really bad. You couldn't really... He was like... But they improved that in the movie. And it was kind of funny for me because in the beginning of the movie, with the airplane scene with Bane, he sounded like Sean Connery. The part where he breaks Batman's back, I thought, or it wasn't even really breaking his back. I think it was more of like dislocating a vertebrae. The first thing that came to my mind was,
I shall break your back with my knee. I shall break your back with my knee. Oh wait, I threw that one.
But yeah, that's what I thought of. The Batwing made its first appearance. This time it's just called the Bat. And to be honest, I did not like the way the Batwing looked like. It looked like a Reaper at times. I mean, it was interesting that it was just one big giant propeller, but I did not like how it looks like, especially for something that Batman is flying. And I've never been a big fan of the Batmobile or the Tumbler. I don't like the Batmobile in these films. My brothers think I'm crazy because they like it. I'm so used to that sleek, like clean-cut look of the Batmobile from like the animated series and the Tim Burton Batmans. That Batmobile was like, yeah, dude, that is stylish. But I think that's the thing that didn't fit for these movies, is just that it's so stylish. It's like a freaking sports car almost. That this Batman, to be believable, he wouldn't be driving around in the sports car. Fox wouldn't have made the sports car sleek car for Batman. He would have made more, on the believable side, he would have made something like a tank, for it to last and for it to hit some power. I like the believable aspect of it, but for aesthetics, I would have liked to see that sleek Batmobile and that sleek, fresh Batwing. That would have been so awesome. I think everybody has their nerdgasms in the Batman films. I was like, you know where you get those tingly, like you get tingly and you're just like, oh my god, you get goosebumps. I got them in all three films. In Batman Begins, I got it when he first comes out as Batman for the first time. In Dark Knight, I got it when he's driving the Batmobile or the Tumbler, and then he just goes into one of the wheels and it turns into the freaking Batpod. I was like, and in this one was the whole, the scene where the first time Batman comes back, where Bane is and his henchmen are on the motorcycles and are trying to get away, and Batman, all the lights go out, and then you see the Batpod or Batman's like going against them, going for them, and that was awesome. That was like, ah! Now I'm gonna go into the ending. I don't know what I think about the ending. I think the actual, the ending where it's like Bruce Wayne is still alive, but Batman is technically dead. I was like, all right, whatever. Him being with Selena Kyle, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm just like, really? Really? What did she give up? Burglary too, or what? Does she want to like settle down and have kids now? I think it's more unbelievable for Selena Kyle than for Bruce Wayne, but I don't know. It was kind of a sweet moment though. I did get teary eyed when Alfred was crying, where he's like saying that he failed him. I was like, because I love Alfred. I told my brother, I was like, everybody should have an Alfred. Everybody, because I think your life would be so much better, so much happier if you had an Alfred. If everybody had an Alfred. Talia Al Ghul was. I knew that she was going to be in the movie, early, very very early on, and when they were pretty much, kind of rumoring the villains of Dark Knight Rises. So I was like, ooh, cool, yeah. Oh. So when I went in to see in the movie, I was like, where is she? It was like really late in the movie already, and I was like, is she not gonna come out? And then the whole thing with Bane being Ra's al Ghul's son, I was like, I guess they changed it. But it was just really weird to me. I was like, why would he change something like that? That's just huge. You're completely cutting out a character. But I was suspicious about it the whole time. When I was suspicious, especially of that lady. What was her name? Miranda, I think. I was kind of suspicious of her, but subconsciously, not like very consciously about it. Something was jumping out for some reason. I think it was her accent, because Talia has that accent, or has an accent, and how she was wanting to be in everything. She slept with Bruce Wayne. She was like very, she was very volunteerish. I thought there was a bigger plot for her. And yeah, it turns out she was Talia, but I never expected that twist. I didn't. I don't know. I just didn't expect it. I totally thought Nolan had changed it and made Bane Ra's al Ghul's son instead. So because that's what I said. You go into these movies knowing that already, expecting that to happen, that he's going to change some stuff. But I was like, really? Would he have changed? Would he have really changed that much? Because that was pretty big. But then they did that twist, and I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. I really love that. That the whole reveal part where she stabs Batman with the knife. I really like that part. I think Christian Bale did such a great job on that part. That was such a good part. He was really, really good in that. Like, he's just so surprised and like, like really hurt and just like, oh my freaking god, this is it. I love that. Like, he wasn't even paying attention to anything else around him. Like, he didn't really care anymore. He was just like, I failed. Like, oh my god, are you kidding me? And how can I not have seen this, I love that. I think Christian Bale did a great job on that part. I don't think she was done enough justice, I think, in my opinion. She's a pretty big character. And they just had her driving a truck, driving the bomb away, and then she dies. It's like, that was it. And then they kind of overreacted with the bomb. It was like, come on, really? It was just, they were like, it's a nuclear bomb, and it's like the atom bomb, and it's gonna kill everybody, and like it's a radius, who knows what, the radius is this and that, and we've got to get it out in the ocean. And he takes it out, Batman takes it out in the ocean, and it blows up, and that's it. A little freaking mushroom cloud, and that was it. I was like, it looked so fake, like, especially for that movie. I was like, Nolan is like so big on the believable, and this was so unbelievable because it was that mushroom cloud out in the ocean, and the water was pristine. The water wasn't moving at all. I mean, not even a little wave. Nothing. That would have caused a huge tidal wave. Are you kidding me? What was the water made out of? So yeah, I was like, I just laughed at that part. I was like, I think they just didn't want to deal with a tidal wave. Like, oh, they're safe, but now here comes a huge tidal wave. Blake, the character, I think his name was John Blake. the new detective. His real name is Robin, and he ends up going to the Bat Cave and all that. And I knew from the beginning, especially when he knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. When he was like, I know that face or whatever. I was like, oh god, this guy's gonna become Robin. But then I was like, well, Robin? You know, Robin is, you gotta have Robin since he's a kid, you know? There's been a lot of Robins, but usually they'll start off as kids. So I was like, is he gonna make him Nightwing? And I was like, that would be cool, you know, to make him Nightwing. But then I was like, you can't have Robin without Batman. And you can't have Nightwing without Robin. So I was like, what's going on here? The way that he ended it, where it's like Robin goes into the Batcave. I was like, what is he gonna become? And my brother was like, he's becoming the new Batman. And I was like, oh my god. Because he's not gonna become Robin, because there's no Robin without Batman. Robin is a sidekick. Were they gonna make a movie about Robin? He's a superhero now? It's like, yeah, I finally made it, suckers. So what are they gonna do? Nightwing? No. Because you can't have Nightwing without having Robin. He was Robin first and then Nightwing. So yeah, I guess I think that's what Nolan wants, is that, or to imply that this is the new Batman. This guy's the new Batman. Robin is the new Batman. But this is what I don't understand, is how could you have Batman without having Bruce Wayne? You can't separate them. You just can't. You can't separate Batman and Bruce Wayne. But it was a good movie overall. I don't know if you guys caught it, but there was a reference to Killer Croc in The Dark Knight Rises. It was when this Blake guy finds Commissioner Gordon in one of the sewer water outages, or whatever the hell it's called. When the water, where Commissioner Gordon was already shot. And he picks him up and he takes him to the hospital or whatever. I think it was when Bruce Wayne, or this guy, goes over to see Bruce Wayne for the first time. And he's talking, and I think Bruce Wayne tells him something like, you should take this to the cops or something like that. And he says, or what did the cops say about this? And he says, they just asked him, did you see any big crocodiles in the sewers? And I was like, oh my god, that's a reference to Killer Croc. That was cool. That's pretty much my thoughts for The Dark Knight Rises. I loved it. My favorite out of the trilogy is still The Dark Knight. And then my second favorite is Batman Begins, and then this is my third favorite. But overall, it's a great trilogy. I loved the film, but I still prefer the other ones for different reasons. But this was in no way, shape, or form a bad movie. It was a very good movie. It's probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. Which isn't saying a lot, because I haven't seen very many movies this year in the theater. But it was very good. I loved it. Let me know what you guys thought of Dark Knight Rises. What was your favorite part? That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.